Hi guys, this is Nightmare3464. I'm going to continue reading An Eye for Love, Eyeless Jack Love Story Chapter 2. I hope you guys enjoy. Eyeless Jack's point of view flashback. I was sneaking around behind a house looking for my next meal. I came up to the window, opening it, climbing to find myself in the kitchen. I walked around the house trying to find the stairs. Finally found them. I climbed up. Reaching the top, I heard someone snoring in their sleep. I walked over to him quietly. Once I was right next to him, I pulled up the covers down, only staring between me and my dinner. His skin was wet, skin and flesh. I used my claws to cut and reached and grabbed an organ. Using my claws to cut in, pulled a way out. Hey, kidney, my favorite. I said in a cheerful in my head. I walked over to the window and opened it and jumped out, perfectly landing on my feet. Once devoured my prize, I decided to go for seconds. I climbed up to the house, which was a little bigger than the last one. It had a balcony. I climbed. It appears to reach to the balcony, and finally reaching the top. A few feet was a glass door with curtains in front of it, blocking my view for whoever was inside. I walked up to the door and turning the knob. Successfully, it was unlocked. Opened the door slowly and going inside. Once inside, I looked around to see until I spotted a bed. Someone was laying in it. I walked over and stopped by a smell. I lifted my mask past my nose and inhaled. Whatever the smell was, it was amazing. Soon I realized the smell was coming from the figure in the bed. I grabbed the blankets down and pulled it down. I completely froze once I saw her. A beautiful girl with light tan skin and long black hair with blue highlights. She was gorgeous. She shifted in her sleep, made me panic. I let go of the blanket and bolted outside. I reached the woods. Once there, I started thinking about the girl in the bed. I started getting a warm feeling from inside. There was something thumping in my chest. I put my hand on my chest. Soon I realized it was my heart. I forgot I even had a heart for all these years were happening to me because of that girl, that angel. I spent a few days watching her until I finally learned her name, Angela. And once I got a grip of her beautiful green eyes every time I thought about her, my heart would start racing. I needed to know more about her life. I need to know more about my angel. And in the flashback, a scarf, sunglasses, pair of gloves helped me blend right in. I walked into Angela's school. No one seems to notice me. I got inside trying to find her. I found her in the lunchroom talking to another girl. I used the time to get to her locker and opened her locker and left the present for her inside. I heard the bell, trying to find a place to hide. I hid around the corner for the rest of the day until the school finally ended. I watched Angela got to her locker and opened it. Her friend came and noticed the gift that I left her. She opened it, the envelope, pulled out the necklace and the letter I got for her. A group of girls dressed like sluts and guys who assumed to be their boyfriends came up. The blonde hair girl snatched the necklace and the letter from Angela's hands. She tried to take them back, but she was pushed down by a guy. I clenched my fist and started walking over to them. I didn't know the slut could be jealous, I heard Angela yell, and some boy pushed her and walked and slapped her. Now I was pissed. He was about to raise his hand again, but I ran over and grabbed his wrist. Who the hell? He started. Give it back, I said. Excuse me, said the blonde girl. Give it back, I repeated. If I don't, the guy threatened. I replied by squeezing his wrist. All I could hear was sounds of broken bones and him screaming. You bastard, you broke my wrist, he screamed. Not the only thing I'm going to break, I said before kicking him in the chest. breaking several ribs. In the end, I nearly broke every bone in his body. The other two guys tried to fight me, but they end up the same way. On the floor, in pain, the other two girls ran away, but the blonde one then tried to take the necklace off the floor. I stomped on her hand, making her scream. "Let go," I ordered. She did what I said and let go of the necklace. I removed my foot from her hand and grabbed the piece of jewelry and turned to Angela, who was standing there, sitting on the floor against her locker, and her left hand on her cheek. It was red, a bit swollen. I gently placed my hand on her cheek. She hissed from the pain. I pulled down the scarf and replaced my hand next to my lip. Then I put my lips to her ear and whispered, "I'll never let anyone hurt you." I put the necklace in her hand and covered my face. "Jack?" she asked. I sprinted down the hall out of the building. I wanted to reveal myself to her, but it wasn't the time. I needed to be more private. Angela's point of view. It was about 7:30 and my mom was making dinner. I was in my room watching videos on YouTube. I heard a knock on my door. "Come in," I said to see the door open, my mom walking in. "Yeah, Mom?" I asked. "I got a call from the school, 3 boys and a girl who sent to the hospital today. One of them concerned that you've been suspended." She said, "Suspended? Why? I didn't do anything." The 2 girls and the boys who were there, and that you knew the one who attacked them. But they hit me first. I don't know who the guy was. I believe you, sweetie, but why don't you tell me when you first got home?" I don't know." I looked away. "Angela," she said, walking over to me, sitting on my bed. "Is there something that you're not telling me and your father? Is it a secret boyfriend?" No, it's not. It's a secret admirer." "What's his name?" "Jack." "Was he the one who attacked those kids?" "I think so." Am I in trouble?" "No, sweetie," she said, kissing my forehead. "I'm just worried about you. You know, I had a secret admirer when I was your age. And you know who it turns out to be? Who? Your father. That's how we met." She got up and walked out of my room. "Dinner's ready, if you're hungry. Your father will be back here soon." "Where are you going?" I asked. We're going to the school to have a word with your principal. I don't like the fact that my daughter is being punished for something she didn't do." She left me alone in the room. "Thanks, Mom." Time skipped. After dinner, I walked back to my room, noticing the balcony door was open. I walked over and closed it. I started to get the feeling that I was being watched. I turned around to see a boy wearing a black hoodie, jeans, gym shoes, and a black mask. He had no eyes, just big empty sockets, with black ooze dropping from them. I remembered him from one of the articles I read. I was Jack. I was scared when he reached out and covered my hand. "Shh," he said. I was scared out of my mind. My cheek started hurting again. He must have noticed me whimpering from pain. He used the other hand to lift up his mask and pass his lips. I could see he has really, really dark skin. He pressed his lips against my cheek, and my eyes widened and realized. He moved his hand from my mouth and pulled away with a smile. "Jack?" I asked. "Yes, Angel," he replied. He picked me up bride style and walking over to my bed. He sat me down. I was on his lap. "Angela, I know this is not what you expect me to be, but please understand I'll do anything for you. And I really do love you," he said softly. "I know. You proved that today," I said. I was a little scared at first, but not as much. I looked at him with a smile. He smiled back. I reached for his mask and grabbed it. "Wait," he said. He pulled his hoodie down, revealing his brown hair. I pulled his mask off and sat off my bed. I looked at his face. Now they were eyes, or the windows of the soul. but this person didn't have eyes. As soon I found myself leaning closer until my lips were inches apart. Finally, I closed the gap between us, I pressing my lips against his. He soon started to put more passion into it. I found myself on him, on my back, and he was on top of me. I was blushing like there was no tomorrow. We broke away for air. He rolled off and lay next to me, holding me in his arms. "I love you, Angela," he said. "I love you too," I repeated.